Okay, everyone, as promised, we are still on lesson 3 of unit 7, but now we're on video 2, and we are going to talk about squares. Same thing that we did in lesson 1, just a little bit different formulas on some parts. All right, so the area that we're going to use for a square, same thing, area is equal to, we'll do length times width. In this case, it's going to be this squared, right? Okay, so if you think about it, if you took that, if this was x squared plus 1, and you squared it, that's equal to x squared plus 1 times itself, right? Anything squared is equal to it multiplied times itself, right? Okay, so that's all this is, x squared plus 1 times x squared plus 1, okay? All right, again, we're going to use the box method. I'm going to try to draw this. Actually, I'm going to pause the video and draw me a box real quick. So now we can multiply these. All right, so we have x squared plus 1 on the top and x squared plus 1 on the side. So if we multiply x squared times x squared, remember your multiplication with exponents. Keep the base and add the exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. All right, and then we have x squared times 1. That just means that's x squared. Again, x squared times 1 is just x squared. If 1 times 1 is just 1, we need to bring everything outside the box. Remember, these are our like terms. We're going to add those up. We're just going to do that all at one little deal here. Okay, so we have x to the 4th power plus, because both these are positive, I have 1x squared and I have another one, so 1 plus 1. Put a 1 in front of these. 1 plus 1 is 2x squared, and then I have plus 1, right? All right, so that is my area in terms of x of that square, okay? All right, now the perimeter. I have a square that has 4 equal sides, all right? Each side is x plus 1, right? So my perimeter is equal to 4 of times each side, right? Right, so each side is x squared plus 1. So my perimeter formula is going to be equal to 4 times this x squared plus 1. All right, and remember that all we do is distribute this 4. That means we multiply that 4 times everything inside the parentheses. So my perimeter is equal to 4 times x squared is 4x squared. And 4 times 1 is a positive 4. All right, so that is my perimeter in terms of x. Okay, now just like we did in that first video, we're going to determine the area of the square if x equals 5. Okay, so we know x equals 5. We know the area formula for our area in terms of x is x to the 4th power plus 2x squared plus 1. Okay, and all we have to do, let me fix that equal sign, I don't know why I keep putting that. All we have to do is just plug that x in, that 5 in for the x. So we're going to do, not an x. Put that 5 in for the x instead of putting x like I was trying to do. Do 5 to the 4th power, and then plus 2 times 5 squared plus 1. Okay, we're going to get something right here, and whatever we get is going to go right in here. Okay, so let's do that in our calculator. So I'm going to do a control doc. I'm going to add a calculator page. All right, and so I'm going to do it just like what's written over there. Open parentheses, I'm going to do 5, raise that to the 4th power. Now I'm up in the exponent, so I need to go to the right, plus 2, open my parentheses, 5, go to the right, squared. Okay, if you hit the squared button, it already brings it back down, plus 1, then you just hit enter. Okay, 676. All right, I like that number, 676. Is the area of the square, 676 whatever units it is. Okay, didn't tell us, but that's what it is. All right, now the perimeter of the square, well, they want us to find it if x equals 7. So now they're telling us x is equal to 7. All right, so we're going to use our perimeter that's in terms of x, which we said was 4x squared plus 4. Right? So all we're going to do is take that 7 and plug it in for this x right here. Take that and plug it in right there. All right, so we have 4 times 7 squared plus 4. Okay. All right, so whatever we get here should go right here. Should be the perimeter, right? All right, so let's do that in our calculator. 4, open parentheses, 7. We're going to square that plus 4. All right, and hit enter. Man, that's 200. If you wanted to test that out, guys, that said it was 7, right? 7 squared. 7 squared, we know that's 49. 49 plus 1, that's 50, right? If each side is 50, would my perimeter be 200? Absolutely. Yes, I'm going to go check that all day long. If it's a pretty number like that, I'm absolutely going to go check that. All right. What's the value of x? Oh, now we're looking for x. They're going to give us the area. So if the area of the square is 25 inches squared, what is the value of x? So now we're doing this backwards. Okay, so what we have to do, we're going to start with the area in terms of x. They said it was x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 1, right? That's in terms of x. Now they gave us the area, which is this 25. We have to take that and plug it in here for this a, right? That's our a. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a different color here because I'm tired of that color. All right, so we're going to do 25 is equal to x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 1. All right, we got to solve for 0, right? So subtract 25 from both sides. So 0 is equal to x to the 4th plus 25x squared minus 24. Should have drawn a line there. I'm trying to keep it off of this over here. All right, so I don't really know how to factor that. I mean, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. I don't really know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph that over here. I already had a graph page pulled up here. I'm going to graph this and see what happens. Do x raised to the 4th power. By the way, this is a quartic function plus 25x squared minus 24. Okay. Wow. All right. So if we're just looking for the real world stuff, let's analyze this graph. Let's look for our zeros. Click, drag, click. What did I do here? Did something wrong. Oh, I put a 25 there, didn't I? Man. Well, let's hit tab and fix that. Should be a 2, not a 25. Oh, now I'm going to have to do it again. Control Doc. Add graphs. X to the 4th power. Plus, where did I get this 25 from? Oh, I got it there, didn't I? That should be a 2x. God, y'all. 2x. Hopefully you caught that and said, what is she doing? Minus 24. Maybe this one's prettier. That's what it should be. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Menu, analyze graph, analyze graph 0, click, drag, click. Oh, there's the positive part of the real world, because remember, we're living in the real world, right? Analyze graph 0. There's a -2. So which one are we going to use? We have x equals -2, and we have x equals a +2. So we're going to use this one because it is a real world answer, okay? All right, so x is equal to 2, not a -2, okay? Because we can't have a negative length, right? All right, so what is the value of x when the perimeter is 104 feet? So now we're going to replace the perimeter, the p, with 104. Now I'm not going to go through this whole step. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to replace this p with 104. So I have 104 equals 4x squared. I'm getting this information from up here, y'all. All right, 4x squared plus 4. Okay, I have to solve for 0, right? I have to make this part over here 0. So I'm going to subtract 104 from both sides. 104. So 0 is equal to 4x squared. 4 minus 104. Oh gosh, can I math today? 4 minus 104. And that's a negative 100. Okay, at least that's a pretty negative number, right? Right, now let's throw us a graph up here. Control Doc. At our graph page. Let's graph this and see what comes up. 4x squared minus 100. See what that graph looks like. Okay, so we have some real world answers and we have some not so real world answers, right? All right, so we know we're going to use this one, but not this one. So let's analyze this thing. Menu, analyze graph, 0. We're going to click, drag, click. Menu, analyze 0, click, drag, click. All right, so my real world answers, I have x is equal to -5, and I have x is equal to 5. And which one are we going to use? Absolutely, we're going to use the positive. That's our real world answer right there. Whoa, where'd it go? Sorry, I was trying to do an exclamation point to make a point, and what did I ever? All right, so x is equal to 5. Okay, y'all, that is the end of this video. That is problem 2. That's with the squares. Now, the next video is going to be problems 3 and 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pause the video on those, because we spent a pretty good bit of time on these. So, all right, just to save time on 3 and 4. All right, see you on the next ones.